We're going to take some questions, but just first, I'm always forgetting something. I wanted to thank Michael Torres. He's right over here. Michael is providing the power, so that power is important. Okay. The other thing is, if you didn't see it, there's a representative truck out on the street. That's part of a project that will be going on Leavenworth around 24th Street here in the very near future. Another exciting project. Somebody asked me if I thought that this Harney bike track is possible. I just want to ask you one simple question. Do you want the bike track? I'd say with you working with us, working with Public Works, working with the city council and others, I'd say it's possible. So there's a microphone right here. So if you have any questions for anybody that's worked on this project, that's working on this project, that's anybody except for me, just come up to the mic so that we can hear you. Questions?
Hello? Okay.
Hello.
Okay, I'm Todd Swerzik. I'm a planner with the City of Omaha. And a couple of questions that we've gotten regarding this plan. The first being, does this plan only provide for bike and bus service? And does the City of Omaha want to make this, the plan, cause so much congestion that people are forced out of their cars and onto bikes and onto public transit? Is that one of the goals of the plan?
That was a compound question. This plan, if you read it and look at the goals and objectives, tie it with the environmental element of the master plan, is a multimodal plan and has a vision for all modes that includes cars. If you look at the numbers and the goals that we want to shoot for, we realize, understand that the majority of trips will still be made by car in this city, upwards of 90%. At least that's the goal. So is this a bike and pedestrian plan? No, it is a transportation, multimodal plan for the City of Omaha. It is a change in the thought process a little bit. It is hoping to encourage choice in a full range of modes. It is dealing with congestion, especially out in the western areas of town. It's still looking at capacity where it's needed, but only where it's needed. And it's looking to encourage and attract more people, a diverse group of people, back to the inner city so that it reduces the need for those kinds of resources to be spent out there. Does that answer all your questions?
I think so.
Okay.
The other question that we've gotten a lot of is, what would be the number one priority of this transportation plan?
I guess that depends on your perspective. However, I think one thing that in my mind is the fact that we, as I mentioned, our transportation system, all modes are under pressure. Our roads, as Todd indicated, are not being maintained at the proper interval. And we really need to figure out how we take care of what we have as we are investing in new. And that's investing in new roadways, new bikes, and pedestrian walkways. We have to figure out how we maintain our infrastructure because otherwise we can keep on investing in new and then end up with a black hole in the middle of the city. We don't want that.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Hi, Joe Simone's just a voice of the citizen cyclist. My question is, just going through the survey, what are the immediate things we can do? And that is, Harney Street is one of the lightly traveled streets. So moving it to a two-lane street and going immediately with bike lanes that connect people directly from midtown to downtown is an immediate option that I think can be done. And then obviously looking forward to the landscaping and the complete change of the entire structure for multimodal is something. How soon can we look forward to the possibility of striping going from midtown to downtown?
Where's Todd? I'll give him time to get up here. I want to give the Public Works Department a compliment. They have, working with us, have obtained a grant to begin the study of the Harney bike track. So I'll let Todd talk about the schedule, but we are serious about it. It is a great project, and it came out of all of this effort that we put in to do this Transportation Master Plan. So I think the reality is this plan will begin to have impact on the city of Omaha immediately. So Todd?
I agree with what Rick said about the plan having impacts immediately, trying to pick those projects that we can do with local funding. This particular project, we're having a study done. If the study comes back and recommends, they're going to recommend a plethora of improvements. They're going to say this is the cheapest thing you could do to get it in place as fast as you could. If you had all the money in the world, you could make it look like this. That's going to give us a range of dollars. How it's funded is going to depend, how fast it gets built is going to depend on how it's funded. If it's federally funded, if it's funded with federal highway dollars, it's going to be 5 years. It just takes that long. And I know that's not a popular answer, but it's the truth, and that's the deal. If we can figure out a way to fund it with local dollars, it could be done much faster, probably in 2 years. But it comes down to the funding.
Do we have to wait for the 5-year plan in order to get to the striping?
If we go with the entire plan, say the city came back and the neighborhood groups and the consultant and the city and everybody that was looking at this said, we want to do it right, we want to build the Cadillac plan, it's going to cost X number of dollars, and the only way to fund that was through federal dollars, that would take 5 years. If they come back and say we can build it in phases, or we can stripe it first with local dollars, and then we can come back later and try to enhance it with federal dollars, then it could be done, the striping part could be done faster. We're striping Leavenworth this summer. That's local dollars.
Okay, and real quick, and this might just be an update for everybody, is how soon will we see the connection from Keystone, from Karen Park to the Field Club Trail?
That's a Parks and Rec project. I don't have the answer to that. You know? All right. Great. Yeah.
While he's getting the mic, I wanted to acknowledge Carrie Peterson and Mary Balloff. Carrie's with Live Well Omaha, and Mary's with Douglas County Health Department. 2 key partners in the Transportation Master Plan update. Thank you.
Thank you. The question of the South Omaha Trail, which is called from Keystone to Field Club. I'm on the PAPI NRD board, Jim Thompson, and talk about local funding. We made a commitment to use our funds to help build that trail. The first phase is done. That's from Karen Western to 45th. The second phase is taking a while, but we hope to have it out for construction by fall. There's a lot of land rights going on. The design is 100% done. So connecting from 45th D and D, which goes under 42nd Street, and on up to 36, over to 36, down the south side of the highway, underneath the bridge to connect with the Field Club. That'll happen hopefully sooner, real soon. Hopefully this, if construction goes well, maybe this year, but I'm being optimistic and heavy guy. So look for that, and we'll connect up to Turner Boulevard Trail, further on up, down through Creighton Campus, and then we're downtown. So from Karen Park to Field Club Trail, we'll probably have a ribbon cutting in the spring. The question is, can we go behind Kiewit right now? I have not been there, so I can't say yes or no. I think so, though.
Kiewit along the interstate. The Parks is working on making that connection right now. We've acquired the property. We're doing some subdividing. I don't know exactly what their schedule is for construction, but that's in the works right now. We have acquired the property to make that connection behind Kiewit.
Okay, my question is, when will you guys connect Old Mill to West Road to Regency? Because there's a lot of places to get jobs in Old Mill, but if you're on foot and realize, okay, the buses aren't going to run, I can accept that. I don't mind walking the 4 or 5 blocks. but there's no safe way to walk from Old Mill to West Road to Regency to get to the jobs that are in Old Mill.
Did everybody hear that question? The question is when would we connect Old Mill to the West Roads and Regency? That's an interesting dilemma because we've got a barrier there called an interstate,
right,
that kind of makes it difficult to do those kinds of things. I think there's some infrastructure in place that might be helpful. We're working on trying to look at and study a pedestrian overpass that would go over the creek right now at Old Mill. It might get access then to Davenport, but there's still that interstate that we've got to overcome. When you get onto the right side of the creek or on the either side of the creek, in that area, you can go down to One Pacific Place and then come back up to Regency. That's a long way to go around, but we have been looking at it, but we haven't got a solution yet.
Also, I've never been out to Old Mill, but I mean Oakview, but it's almost like they went out of their way to make that walk around friendly because you can't cross the thing. You're trying to get from one place to another. You learn how to walk up incline to get to the sidewalk. So I think any new construction should be made walker friendly because it almost seems like they went out of their way to make Oakview unwalkable.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think we are always asking, requiring, demanding that new developments be walkable, that they be connected with existing developments, that when we step out right of way, that we make those connections, that sidewalks are put in. But I will tell you, the developers are always asking to waive those things. But we're always working to try to get them. It's kind of difficult in the older developments where, for one reason or other, they weren't required then, because how do you go back now and spend that money to get it done? But we are working on at least new developments to connect to the existing in every way that we can. Any other questions? Hearing none, I want to once again thank you very much for being part of the future of Omaha. As I said, keep engaged and keep an eye out, work with us as we continue to try to work to the future. Thank you for all of you, to all of our partners, and this is a great city. Let's keep it that way.
I think you can clap louder than that. Do you know that we just, let's hear it a little bit more because a lot of people in suits and not in suits, don't just look like me, are here and caring about this, which is really kind of the whole vision behind this is making connections with everybody. So I really hope that you're talking to everybody that you don't know that's here right now and asking them why they're here and then asking them and yourself what you can do to keep this momentum because this is really, really exciting to me and yes, bit of a transportation geek, bicycling particularly, clearly. But anyway, thanks again to everybody with the city and all of you. Stick around, keep hanging out. Once it gets a little darker, they are going to probably put some slides of some beautiful images of what our city can be, hopefully will be. Also, again, put your bike on the front of the bus. See how that works. So the next time that you want to use it, you aren't scared because you already know. Eat some kettle corn. Again, fill out the surveys. Talk to each other. Again, ask who rides a bike from where to where, because bike pooling is an option. I don't know. I could go on and on. I'll spare you. Again, the Alley Cat's going to start at 8:30. If you want to partake, again, look for the manifest. We're going to have some more music here in just a few. Cat Naughton, I do believe, should be rolling up anytime now. I hear screaming. It's very exciting. Anyway, thank you. Stick around. Also, after party at Crave. So after the Alley Cat, the endpoint, again, thank you to Midtown Crossing for supporting and hosting our after party. So, eat, drink, and be merry. Thank you very much.
I said I'm taking them. I hope you don't mind.